What's up, guys? We're Bassy Sam 2EA, and welcome back to another video. Alright guys, it's October 2nd, you just came back from Infinity War, so much stuff to pick apart, let's get right into it.
Sam,
Yep.
when hearing all these theories and watching the Infinity War movie, I come across one fallacy.
Yeah?
Let me ask you something.
Okay.
How many Infinity Stones are there?
Well, there's 6.
16? Rolling.
Yeah.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
That's right, 16.
Good.
Watching this video, we're assuming that you've already seen the movie. We've already seen it thrice, and we got Avengers 4 plot leaked. Spoilers ahead for Avengers Infinity War and Avengers 4.
While watching all the previous Marvel movies in preparation for Infinity War, and then watching Infinity War, we noticed a couple chilling coincidences involving the number 16.
Let's go to our good old friend, the Collector.
So this is the moment when the Infinity Stones are first introduced to us, the audience, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Now listen closely to what the Collector says about exactly how many Infinity Stones there are.
Before creation itself, there were 6 singularities.
Hold on, let's listen to that again.
6 singularities.
Now in the movie, when you first see that, you may think he says 6, but when we slow down the clip and play it a few times, it's pretty clear that he says 16. Now, when all these circles burst off into what he calls the 16 singularities, we see that there are 16 circles. It perfectly matches up. Take a look.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Now, if the Collector were to say 6 at this point, why would there be so many different entities that burst out from this projection that he shows? Specifically, 16 circles. Now, this scene is the most important scene of the Marvel Universe. This kicks off Infinity War. We've never heard of the Infinity Stones before, and this is how it ends in the next movie after Captain Marvel. Let's move on. Here we are in Nidavellir, where the giant dwarves make godly weapons, or as Thor likes to say, the Thanos killing kind. But something that's interesting is that Thanos doesn't stick to his word and does not wipe out half of whom is on Nidavellir.
Now that's interesting, because Thanos always says that he only wants to kill half of everyone, or what's necessary. But on Nidavellir, he kills all but one of the giant dwarfs. So as we were watching that, we were really kind of wondering about that. But wait, do you see that? What's that?
This is the reason why Thanos killed everyone on Nidavellir, opposed to only half. They did not complete his task. They only made the gauntlet. They did not make what is in this frame right here, a boot. Yes, a boot. A boot that will hold the rest of the 16 Infinity Stones.
And here, for more proof, we see the boot again in this frame.
Now in this scene, it seems like there's only one boot that he would wear.
Yeah.
And incredibly enough, we only see Thanos' right foot in one scene.
I think you'll find our will equal to yours.
So right here, look how Drax the Destroyer targets Thanos' right boot. An interesting choice from a person who basically has free reign over the rest of his body because it's not armored.
And I would say Drax likes to go for the throat, as we saw in even previous clips in our own video here.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. That's his thing.
And what drew our attention is Drax the Destroyer, who slices with all the might of his right arm onto Thanos' leg barely makes a mark or an impression on Thanos. He kind of buckles his leg, but I don't think he.
No, I think it's more of like just a surprise sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really think it's armor or something that can hold Infinity Stones.
Absolutely. Let's bust out some math for this. So there are 19 main Marvel movies. Minus the 3 Avengers movies gives us 16 Infinity Stones. That's a pretty solid argument if ever I've heard one. Right, Brent?
Yeah.
So you guys, while perusing some other Avengers 4 leaked theories, may have come across the idea that Avengers 4 will be set sometime in the future. Some people are saying 5 years. But with this new knowledge that there are 16 Infinity Stones, we feel confident in saying it will be 16 years in the future in the year 2034.
Now, the oldest Russo brother, Anthony, was born in 1970. We believe this next film to be set in 2034. Anthony Russo will be 64 years old. Now, did we explain to them the rule of 4 and 2?
We did not.
It's 16.
That's very interesting, though.
The only 2 numbers that when switched, when put into
4 squared.
power
form.
form, both equal 16. Bam, 16. 16 times 4 is 64. 4 times 4 times 4 is 64. Now, why 3 4s, though? We hadn't talked about any odd numbers yet.
Now, what is Avengers 4 gonna be about?
Sure, we all love a fight between good and evil, but what about a compromise?
In 2034, it's predicted that the population will hit around 8.7 billion.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. We have evidence that the Avengers are switching sides in the next movie.
Thanks. So yeah, the Avengers are in a hard spot right now, right? Tony Stark is on Titan all alone, and Thor has no one left. All of his friends and all his family have basically been killed in the last couple movies.
We actually think Thanos' plan is really good. It can benefit a lot of people, especially the people that lived and didn't die. We
That
think
just makes
that
sense, yeah.
we think that, of course, it's genocide, but like Thanos says, it's random genocide.
So it makes sense.
It actually helps because we see in our everyday life the scarcity of resources that we face every day.
That's exactly Thanos' point.
Yeah. And if we had more resources, then we would all live better. But Thanos is saying that that is impossible, and we need to kill off more people so more people can have more resources. So Thanos is really saying, well, you know what Thanos is saying.
Yeah.
We're saying that now we understand, and now the Avengers understand. And now it's not the Avengers versus Thanos. It's Avengers and Thanos versus the people, right?
Yeah.
They're fighting for their lives. But what Tony Stark realizes is that, like, Tony Stark has been at the top before with all his power, and he knows what it's like to have all the power. So he knows that having, like, they can rule the universe basically.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think Thanos is more generous than Tony Stark in some ways.
Oh, because Tony Stark had the giant corporation, but he
Right,
didn't use it for the good. Thanos is like, at first you think he's a bad guy, but he's done a lot of good.
Yeah, here.
Oh, yes. So you may be asking, well, this all just seems like random speculation. What evidence do you have for it? And but we want your feedback. Comment below with any questions that you have about our theory.
And what do you think will happen in Avengers 4?
You fuckers took my board. Oh, sorry.
You've reached the end of the video, and as always, you get rewarded.
Click right here to get a free 12-pack of J's as soon as they come.
Cut.